told them what's happening. And they said, well, first off, you're not going over with the feds, and we're taking you over. And they had a private jet waiting at Teterboro Airport there in New Jersey. And when I walked in the courtroom, when I opened the door, straight across was the chair I was testifying in, and as I looked to the right when I was walking past the courtroom, it was packed. It was a sellout. And I saw all the wrestlers, that were next to Vince, that were, on Vince's side betting against me. And I got up there and I told the truth. I said, no, Vince McMahon didn't do this, and Vince McMahon didn't do that, and the place was dead silent. And I went out the side door, jumped in a limo, went straight, actually it was a cab, jumped in a cab with all the cameras on me, went to Teterboro Airport, flew out and didn't go back to New York for 5 years till everybody was dead or got busted, the prosecutors.
So he double whammied the feds and told the truth.
And the head of the FBI, Flagg, this guy named Flagg, he's become one of my best friends now. And Sean O'Shea, or Charlie Rose, I can't remember which one. One of them died of cancer, and the other one got busted with like 100 kilos of coke. And as soon as that all went down, 5 years later, then I went back to New York. Even when I was working for WCW and Eric would book Nassau Coliseum, I wouldn't go to the shows.
Now, and also you were afraid to go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, because you thought Jesse Ventura had a warrant out for you.
Oh, yeah, when he was the governor, he just was every day. Before he became the governor, he was every day on the radio going, Hogan should be put in jail for what he did. Hogan should be put in jail.
Well, what could you have been facing?
What?
What were the potential penalties?
In Minneapolis, he wants to know what were you facing in Minneapolis?
Oh, I don't know. When someone's the governor and then, you got some girl that's running around screaming, false charges about you, I guess he could put me in jail as long as he wanted.
Yeah.
But anyway.
God,
what are we talking about this for? I call up because you're a thief.
That's how we roll, Tucker. We're like a bunch of outlaws down here.
Kind of. I mean, there is a strong criminal undercurrent.
There is.
I would say in this show.
I'm not even going to get you involved in the Febreze.
You're like emptying people's change dishes, beating steroid raps.
Hanging out with guys like Richard Fabrizi that's been known to put people in long-term parking in the back of Lincolns. Yeah,
hey, Heather sent us a list of those houses already.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah.
Hey, my girl, man, I'll tell you, my girl's got it going on.
Those kids of yours are beautiful, man. Beautiful. Julia is gorgeous.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
His just looks like he's going to be strapping, and he's really coming into his own. He's just really a ball of muscle.
All T wants to meet, Brent, is Rey Mysterio. That's all he wants to meet in life.
But you know what? Ray will spend time with
he's got Hulk Hogan too. He's got Hulk Hogan at his house, hanging out with him, and he keeps asking Hogan, "Hey, Hogan, can you introduce me to Rey Mysterio?" That's all he cares about.
Rey Mysterio is a bomb. He's got all the gimmicks, all the tattoos, and the mask.
Hey, I might actually have you call Ray. While he's in town, just so that, I know Johnny Ace will be cool, or so will Bret Hart, but I just want to, make sure that Ray knows I'm coming, so I don't want to, blindside him or be a mark or nothing.
All right, cool. We'll take care of it. Ray will spend time with Tyler, too. He's a good man.
All right, well, I'm sorry about stealing your song. I thought that, we get a little bit of a leg up on the competition by playing it first. I didn't want MJ to steal it or nothing.
Well, I guess, that's funny. Hee ha ha. What's up with that Mitch? Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah, he's $346,000 into the lawsuit.
So his show's alive and well, huh?
Yeah, he's the man.
Wow, that's
he's
cool.
the man, yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for publicly humiliating me on the radio today.
Well, consider it this, man. We were able to get it out now, and we can squash it, and then, Jimmy won't, the embarrassment won't continue. It stopped now.
Yeah, I don't have any heat from Jennifer.
Yeah, just tell Jennifer it's over and it's done. No more heat.
Bubba said it's over, baby.
God, she was looking. I hate to be a pervert, but my God, you got her dialed in, kid. Oof.
Didn't she?
You should have seen her yesterday, Hadley. Oh.
So the bird's the word, dog.
All right, my man, I got to talk to Tucker.
All right, see you, Tucker, but be careful. He might steal your wallet if you're in the studio.
Don't worry. Bye. I'm vigilant.
Bye, Hoodie.
Bye.
Sorry about that, Tuck.
He got dicked bad.
Oh, man, you don't have any idea. The guy.
I still don't get it. I still don't know why. You can do something.
Tort reform.
Man.
We keep getting promised tort reform.
I would tell you something. One of my number one goals is my first State of the Union address. I think we need a lot of tort reform.
Yeah, well, we don't. Obama hasn't even
10
pretended.
years later. Well, at least Obama didn't promise it.
Yeah, no, well, he did lie about it at the State of the Union.
Yeah, Obama lied about it, too. They all lie about it.
But they take so much money from the trial lawyers that it's never going to happen.
Right.
But still, you should not have to pay for your ex-wife to hang around with some, teenage emo type who's playing World of Warcraft all day at your expense. That's outrageous.
Let me ask you a question. What's your feelings on how you think that the media has just grossly distorted the Kentucky U.S. candidate, Rand Paul's positions?
It's disgusting.
I mean,
it's totally disgusting. Rand Paul. I mean,
including your very own network.
It was cool to be a libertarian as long as George W. Bush was president, because the press, obviously you'd be attacked for being a Republican or being for Bush or anything like that. So also people are like, "Oh, I'm not a Republican anymore. I'm a libertarian." But the second you actually have a libertarian expressing his views, his real views on things, then he's of course written off as a bigot. By the way, anybody who says something politically inconvenient is a bigot, just so you know.
Well,
that's kind of it was the whole point of voting for Obama, that we moved beyond, the depressing racial history in this country.
Well, let me ask you a question. Isn't your very same network, kind of guilty of just burying this guy?
Who, at Fox?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Fox going after him?
Well,
they're not. Nobody's doing the guy any favors.
The one guy on Fox that's really stuck up for him, and I got to give him credit, is John Stossel.
Right.
Yeah,
John
and
Stossel.
Me.
Yeah, and you.
I've stuck up for him a lot, and because I think he makes a valid point, which is not that segregation was a good thing. Segregation is thoroughly evil. In fact, there's hardly anything more offensive to a libertarian than state-mandated, state-enforced racial segregation or any kind of social engineering. Is disgusting to libertarians. But the idea that the government ought to be able to tell you who you can hang out with is pretty upsetting. I mean, that's a violation of your basic rights as far as I'm concerned, and that's the point he was making.
Yeah, that's right. Liberals missed the whole part of free association in the Constitution. That's one that they completely seem to forget, that you have the freedom to associate with whoever you'd like.
Completely.
Now,
and he made the point, look, if the government wants to control, who eats in a restaurant, buy the restaurant.
Now, let me ask you a question. How about, the idiotic bipartisan Senate bill to eliminate the word retard or the term mentally retardation from all federal vocabulary?
It's totally retarded.
This is this a direct
completely
result?
Retarded. I mean, it deserves its own upfront parking space. It's that retarded.
Is this a direct is a direct result of the the pussification and the Palin being the thought police type deal?
Palin? No, I'm sorry. I know you guys hate Palin. I know because you hate God, you're mad at all eviangelical. I get that completely.
No,
but the truth is, the threats to your freedom come from the left primarily. Yeah, there were right wingers who were mad about obscenity on the radio, and they did squelch your free speech rights, as far as I'm concerned. They are not the main threat. The main threat is from the left.
And the Patriot Act. Let's not forget that it was.
And the Patriot Act, which was utterly bipartisan. And by the way, the Patriot Act was one of the less upsetting things the government has done in a while. I mean, I never really felt that the Patriot Act was, even close to the greatest threat to.
Well, you were in New Orleans, right, when they came around and confiscated people's guns.
Yeah, I was there.
That's the Patriot Act gives people that license. It
also gives the government the right to snoop into your bank account, which is outrageous.
And they can come search your home without you being there without a warrant, which is a Fourth Amendment violation. The Patriot Act,
I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
The Patriot Act's pretty bad.
Hey, you actually got Tucker on a couple of deals. Usually he has some bullcrap. Anyway, I ask you a question. You did that doc on textbooks, and now Texas, they're rewriting their textbooks.
Yeah.
And replacing them with, like, the religious type deal. What's your opinion?
No, they're not.
Yeah. They're cutting Thomas Jefferson out.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
This is total BS. This is like the whinings of a few liberals. The textbooks are so far to the left. Look, the whole point of history textbooks in 2010 is not to teach history, but to make certain that every single racial group have a representative included. So it's like, well, wait, there was no Pacific Islander at the Declaration of Independence signing. We've got to change that. And these standards try in some very small way to roll that back, but they fail. They fail. The textbooks in Texas, just like textbooks in the 49 other states, are complete PC monstrosities for the most part.
But how are they going to say that St. Thomas Aquinas has more to do with the founding of America than Thomas Jefferson? That's what
I don't know.
That's what it's going to say. Yes. They're cutting completely out any mention of Thomas Paine.
Yeah, well, in favor of Dolores Huerta, who was some sort of third-string organizer for the United Fruit Pickers amalgam or whatever. I mean, trust me, the reason that there are all sorts of people being cut is because there are all sorts of people being added. not because they are intrinsically significant historically, but because they're the right color or speak the right language. Trust me, the deeper you get into it, it's just